Hey traders, this is Ron at Market Tamer. Happy Sunday. Hope you guys are having a fantastic weekend. As always, everything in this presentation is for educational purposes only. All right, we'll kick off here with the SPY, the S&P ETF. You can see on my chart, we're still in the upper right. If I zoom in here, we were down overall in the market. The SPY was down about 1.27%. 30 plus points are about $3.82 on the ETF. We're still above the red line. And the red line is the 20-day exponential moving average. It's a good litmus test, see which way the wind's blowing on basically a month's worth of data. 20 days, 5 days in a week, that's 4 weeks. That's how we get about a month. Stays above there, the monthly trend is bullish. We get below the red line. Then we want to watch that institutional moving average. This is the orange line. Acted as support here, then resistance here, resistance here, resistance here, resistance here. It is an inflection point. If the bulls would lose control this week and we get below the red and the orange, must be on a closing basis. Target instantly becomes the 200, which interestingly enough ties in with some of these lows down here. If we take a look at the Dow ETF, the diamonds, it was down 200 points, basically 0.8%. The blue line, by the way, is the 8-day EMA. That's just very, very short-term moving average. Again, watch the red, 20 days worth of data, trading days, and then the 50-day, the 50 days worth of trading data. We get below both of those, target 200. We take a look at the Qs. You can see we're still above the 20 and above the 50. Get below the 50 in orange, boom, right back down here. Here, the 200 days a little lower, but it's pretty much the same across the board. If we look at the Russell, which is the IWM, it was a high wave doji on Friday. Also keep in mind, it was options expirations. There's a lot of back and forth filling, but the IWM just still can't get out of its own way. Started to outperform a little bit earlier this month, and then it runs right into some overhead supply, and it rolls back over. Continue to watch 160. On the IWM, because if we get above there on a closing basis, that could be the next area to lead the market. Just taking a look at SMH, the semiconductors, they were down 1.87%. They T-boned right off their 20-day. Same thing here too, below the 20, then go 50, below 50. That gives the bears the edge. Then you come back down towards this, 110 area. If we take a look at the banks via XLF, we zoom in, watch red, watch orange, then down to the purple. If we take a look at IYT, the transports, if I zoom out a little bit, you can see they're not back at their all-time highs, which occurred September a year ago. They're also having trouble near 200. Right now, they're also in a trading range. But overall, SPY, still bullish. I would say, so a little bit of weakness into Friday, but because of that options expiration, you just got to be careful. Let's see how Monday trades, but I would give the bulls the edge into this week for now. Again, that quickly could change on Monday. Let's take a look at Apple. Down 1.45%, $3. Again, watch red, watch orange. The orange worked really well here, except for that one dip back at the end of July in this area right here, about 195. We get below the orange, then we would go here and then 200. Apple holding up overall, that's also good for the market. Now, Netflix, on the other hand, broke support. We talked about this back in July on that earnings report when it gapped below the 200. We went down. We were in literal free fall. Target was all the way down here. I mean, maybe 260, but pretty much down to 240, the December lows. Well, we went down and we bounced, and look what we ran into, the 200-day moving average on the upside. We then rolled over, tried to catch our breath a little bit, and now we're in free fall. Again, target back down towards 240. Xilinx, XLNX, broke 100 down, target gap filled down towards 90, still $6 lower, but then all the way down to 80 would be the next level of support. PYPL, which is PayPal. I had a question on this one. We had a really nice run since January. Stock was, upper 80s, gets up to 120, and then we come down, we start breaking moving averages, we come back up, can't get back above the 50-day, we come down, play ping pong off the 200-day, and now the range is getting tighter. This is what you would call a bear flag. This is the flagpole. This is the flag. It almost looks like a beach chair to a degree, right? Short legs here. There's the back. Bottom line, we break the 200-day. That's pretty much going to violate the previous lows from August. Bad news because support down at 90 or lower. SLDB, keep an eye on this one because this thing's been stair-stepping. It popped up here, pulled back on light volume, started to pop, and right now, with Friday's gain, it's literally right on the 200-day. So if it can go just a little higher, just a little bit, it's also going to clear the peak from back in March. The gap fills up in the low 20s. That's huge. It's almost a double in terms of where technical resistance would reside. And here is WL, which is Whiting Petroleum. Had a question on this because, we talked about oil energy stocks popping, but there was no follow through. And why I said the 50-day is so important. Nothing is ever going to be perfect, but it had trouble here on the oil pop news, ran right into the 50-day and stopped. It still needs to get above the 50-day. If that happens, it would start to break out a little bit, and then you could target maybe a gap fill. The 20-day EMA is something I would consider to use an end-of-day trailing stop. All right, that is pretty much it. Nice little short video. If I go back to the SPY, just keep in mind with Friday's sell-off, with the quad witching, that's stock market index futures, index options, stock options. There's a lot of stuff that goes into the third Friday in September. So whether or not this was real or it was just back and fill because of quad witching, we'll see. But again, watch the 20-day, watch the 50-day. If those fall, bears get the edge. Otherwise, bulls start the week with a slight edge technically. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.